Right, hello. If you're tuning into this, you've missed the first half. Go back and watch it first. This is part 2 of the garden tour. The memory of my phone got used up in the last video, so I apologise for the abrupt end, but we'll carry straight on from where we left off. We were looking at the Colocasia esculente in the bog filter to this little pond here. Just opened up a new leaf, and it's big. It's well over 2 foot long and good 1.5 foot across at least. So that's absolutely massive. So that's done really well, as it's expected, due to unlimited water and nutrients, as is everything in the bog filter, to be fair. Right, so let's carry straight on. We've got the wall of Washingtonias at the back there. They've just been recently repotted. Start to put on some good growth, sticking out new leaves. Some are still a lot smaller than others. Right, so let's carry on then. So we've got the grapevine, which has put on a good couple of metres of growth across the back of the pond there. So hopefully in time that'll fill up that fence line and give me a green backdrop. I did see some bunches of grapes somewhere. Oh, there's a big bunch right at the back. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go, look, some there as well. So we're starting to get some grapes forming. Oh yeah, some more there, look. So in amongst that we've got some Milianthus major, which I cut to the ground due to the severe winter we had. It looked a bit rough. Well, I cut it all back to the ground apart from one, which is right up here, so approaching 6 foot fence line. But obviously the grapevines engulfed that. So we've got our little aquatic planters there with various aquatic plants. Got the Washingtonia robusta there. Get my shadow out the way. Big leaves on that. Before we carry on down this side of the border, we'll do the centre bed. There's the dog wondering who I'm talking to. I've started to get some flower action in the centre bed here around the Paragebaya, which is still doing okay. It's pushed out some new leaves, so it is growing. We've got some dwarf dahlias. Coleus is doing quite well. Still got a couple of the dwarf sunflower, and I did pull a lot out because it was getting too crowded. And some of the smaller cannas, these were all grown from seed this year, start to come into flower. So from seed to flower in one season, not bad. I expect it on a normal summer, but the poor summer we've had, I'm quite surprised. Right, so I've done a video last week on some of these cannas flowers, so I'm not going to dwell on them too much. Colocasia burgundy stem doing well. Looking good. The leaves aren't huge on this, so they don't get big, but still quite nice. Another Colocasia esculente there, doing pretty good because they don't get much water. We have got a little Jubea in here, which is kicking out a couple of new spears. Very slow to start. It's been in the ground for a couple of years from a strap leaf. It's just started to go and pinnate this year, so it is growing, albeit very slowly. Camerops xerifera, pushing out some new fronds as well. Tropicana gold, Tropicana. Never seem to get very big, these Tropicana. Still very nice colours on the leaves. Got some pink chinas there. Little Cycas revoluta there. Couple more pink china, little princeps. Let's have a look at the back of the leaf on that. Really, really white. Really stiff, nice little palm, that one. So we've got the lilies all opening there. Got the Brahia edulis there. Colocasia esculente, another good sized leaf, pushing 2 foot. More coleus. Then we've got the little bootia there, that's odorata. Still got this little banana, that's your standard Musa Bajou, which was nothing at the beginning of the year. Obviously it got frosted down to the ground and has come back, so it's done alright. So look on this side, so this is where I was a moment ago, over the bridge. Back to the Washingtonia robusta, and next to that we've got the Paulownia, or foxglove tree, which I basically cut down to 1 foot at the beginning of the year, so that's done rather well, pushing out some really big leaves. A little caterpillar on that there, look. Get off. Another cordyline there. There's the tallest Musa Bajou. I lost a lot last year from flowering and them dying, so that's the last remaining big one. We've got the Thai giant here, which is nowhere near giant. That is, I cut off the last couple of leaves because they browned off. Pushing out a new leaf here, but looking closely, we had a little pup come off the side which seemed to sort of shriveled up and died, but now we've got actually a new growth come right out. I don't know if you can see it, let me get this out of the way. So we've got a whole new bud here, stemmed off from the main, so that'll be a nice new little plant there. So maybe he's been putting his energy into doing that rather than into the leaves. What else we got here? We got the another banana canna, quite tall, well over 6 foot. Sunflower, which is gone, looking its best. Never really got that tall. Maybe about 7 foot, starting to droop over now. Got white bird of paradise behind here, pushing out a new leaf. We've got a phormium getting hidden by the various other plants around it. Also got some persicaria here, and I think some red hot pokers there, and a canna at the front here. We have got a small Phoenix canariensis there, which is again getting a bit smothered but pushing out new growth. Alocasia sumo in the ground. done okay. I think it's pushed out 2 leaves since it's been in the ground. Not too bad considering the summer we've had. I think I'm going to leave that in the ground over winter and see what happens. Probably rot off, but I might put a little clear dome over it or something to protect it a little bit. Another Camerops humilis there, growing in the shade, shaded out by everything else. The green Ensete here, starting to get a bit of a pink midrib. Still pushing out plenty of new leaves. Big Fatsia behind there. Artichoke starting to form on there. I thought that was going to get bigger. Thought I'd give it a go. Planted that last year. Never really done much. Torbay Dazzler, Cordyline. Daylilies start to go over now. Calla lilies totally finished flowering, but we have got another one coming up here. Nice spotted leaves, and you've got that begonia there. We have got some gingers or hegadigiums. So we've got some standard green and we've got some variegated behind here. Not done particularly well, probably due to the cool summer we've had. Another alocasia here. This is a mycorrhiza, which is giant but not in our summers. So I might leave that in the ground as well, let that rot off. We've got another king palm there, which is actually in a pot, which you can't really see when you look at the border in general. It's actually a triple, grown from seed a couple of years back. That's a Quantaphoenix Cunninghammer, something like that. Quantaphoenix anyway. So yeah, king palm, common name. More Washingtonia robusta, Musa Bajou, looking a bit yellow. Other T-Rex. Some nice begonias coming at the back there, the pinks. Got a bootia there. The nice, that's the woolly bootia with the thick woolly trunk. And we've got the Camerops volcano there. See, not very deep lobes, really stiff and compact form. Real hardy plant, that one. I think that's just a Yucca recurvifolia. Another little Washingtonia robusta, some more dahlias. That's pretty much it of note. I think we've got the Jack's Giant, which again has been disappointing. It kicked out this big leaf and I thought lovely, the next one's going to be bigger. Nope, the next leaf was smaller. It's pushing out another leaf, so we'll see. I think that's just testament to what a cool, disappointing summer we've had after a very cold and wet winter and spring. Waggy. Starting to kick in now, quite slow to get started. Right, so that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll have a quick pan around of the border we've just done. So it works quite well. I still need some height at the back. Cover that fence line a bit, but I think I will pull them cannas out next year. Obviously a bit big to be at the front. Quite like the banana there, but again that's quite big to have at the front of the border, but I don't know. I'll probably play about it next year. That'll come out over winter anyway. So yes, that's a pan around of that. So that's the garden. In whole, the two borders. And then the centre bed. So yeah, all in all, quite happy with the overall visual effects. You know, it gives you a quite nice tropical look. I won't say jungle look because I don't want it to be too overgrown. You know, I've still got a lawn area, still got to be a usable garden with space for the dog to run about in and to enjoy the garden a bit. You know, I need a bit of space, so we have got some lawned area. I haven't given it all over to plants. So there's sort of the wildlife area. Pan back to the pond. Approaching the house with the borders there. So if you haven't watched part 1 of this garden tour, I suggest you go back and watch that. A bit late saying it now, but I did say at the beginning. And I think I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.